Now, for the first type of sequence is arithmetic sequence. So for arithmetic sequence, there is a common difference. Common difference being between each term and the first term or the term before it. So for example, we have this given 13, 40, 24. 13, 24, 35, 46. So if we subtract the 24 by 13, we will have the difference of 11. Then the 35 minus 24 will also have the difference of 11. So therefore, this is an example of arithmetic sequence. So that's how you will identify whether it's arithmetic, series, sequence, or geometry. Now, so that's for arithmetic sequence. Now, for our formula here, we have a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times b, where our a sub n is our nth term, and a sub 1 is our first term, and n is the number of terms. Then we have dt as the common difference. So for example, we have this 13, 24, and 40, 35, 46. Our a sub 1 here, or the first term, is what? Is 13. Then our n is none, right? There's none here. So our common difference, if we subtract 24 minus 13, we'll have 11. So if we substitute that in the formula here, we'll have a sub 1 as 13. Then n, there's no n term because it is not stated in the given what we have to find in this sequence. So there's no n term here. So for the common difference, we have 11. So here our 11. So simplify. So we'll simplify this. We'll have 13 plus 11n minus 11. Then we'll have a final answer of a sub n is equal to 2 plus 11n. Okay. Now for the next example, we have the eighth term of 3, 12, 21, and so on. We'll have the first term 3, as you see here, 3, and the nth term, it says here that the eighth term, so this is our n, so 3, and our common difference is 9 because 12 minus 3 is 9. So let's just substitute that in the formula. We'll have a sub 8 is equal to 3 plus 8 minus 1 times 9. Then simplify, we'll have a sub 8 is equal to 3 plus 63. Then we'll have a final answer of a sub 8 is equal to 66. So the eighth term of this sequence is 66. Okay. Now for the next example. In some scenario, your teacher will give you this example. So it says here, for a given arithmetic sequence, the 91st term, a sub 91, is equal to negative 386. And the 8th term, a sub 8, is equal to negative 54. Find the value of 42nd term, a sub 42. So as you can see, it is not arranged sequentially. So what we need to do is the nth term here, will be our second given, this. And then the first term will be our first given, which is negative 386. So let's substitute our a sub n, again the second given, negative 54 here. Then our first, or a sub 1, is the first given, negative 386. Then our n is the term, or the term of negative 54, or which term is negative 54. That is a term, right? Negative 54 is a term. So our n here is n, is is 8 rather. Then our 1 here is the term of negative 386. Which term is negative 386? That is 91st term. So it will be 8 minus 91. So we do not have common difference here because it is not arranged sequentially, so we cannot find that common difference. So simplifying this, we'll have negative 54 plus 386. That would be equal to 332. Then 8 minus 1 is negative 83 times t. So negative 83. Now we'll divide 332 by negative 83. Therefore, we'll have an answer of negative 4. So this is our common difference. Now we can now find the 42nd term. So a sub 42 is equal to our first term. Our a sub 1 is negative 386. Then our n is 42. Then minus 91. Then we have a common difference of negative 4. So simplifying this, we'll have negative 386 plus 196. Therefore, we'll have an answer of a sub 42 is equal to negative 190. So that's how you solve it. If whether your teacher will give you this example. So for our next type of series is arithmetic series. So for arithmetic series, it is just the sum of the terms of an arithmetic sequence. So we have two formulas here. We have S sub n is equal to n times a sub 1 plus a sub n all over 2. We will use this if you have last term or if the last term is even. Then if the last term is not given, you'll use this S sub n is equal to n times 2a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times a all over 2. Okay. Now for example, we have here S sub 7 is equal to 13, 24, 35, 46. So there is no last term here, as you can see. So we'll use this formula. So our first term is a sub 1 is 13. 13. Then our n is 7, the one we're looking for. Then our common difference is 11 because 24 minus 13 is 11. Then let's substitute to our formula here. We'll have S sub 7 is equal to 7 times 2 times our a sub 1, which is 13, plus n, which is 7, minus 1 times t, which is 11, all over 2. So if we simplify this, we'll have 644 over 2, and then we'll have a final answer of S sub 7 is equal to 322. Now what about if we have last term? So our next given is integers from 1 to 20. So we have here our a sub 1 as 1 and our n as 20. So let's substitute into this formula. So we have S sub 20 is equal to 20 times 1, our a sub 1, plus 20 all over 2. So we'll have an answer of, if we simplify that, we'll have 20 times 21 all over 2. Then the final answer is S sub 20 is equal to 210. So that's it for our arithmetic sequence series. So for our